you're ready, we're broadcasting.
Hello, we're in. See, there's a delay here.
Yay.
Hello and welcome to Dash 28 Live. I am your very inept host, Elliot. And we have another Call to Arms round 4 battle versus Serra and Keith Conroy. So thank you for joining us both, and thank you for agreeing to be streamed.
Pleasure.
Last name right, not confusing me with the other Keith.
Did I get it right, Keith, didn't I? I'm not going to lie, I've just searched both of your names just to make sure I got the right one. You got to do these things. This is how professional that I am. So we are playing today Loot on the most controversial map ever to be brought into a Kings of War tournament, apparently. So I think we're just going to jump right into it and go through the list.
Not allowed.
So I think we jump straight into the list. So I think we're starting with Luis, I believe, are we? I just point out I'm not controlling the IT today because my technology can't handle it. So my glamorous assistant below me is doing all the clicking.
It's up to me. You're all screwed.
Okay, so I bring 2,000 lists of undead with forces of the abyss as allies, and I start with a regiment of zombies with the war bow of Ka because I had 5 points. I didn't know where to put.
How does zombies
then I have.
bow?
Sorry?
How do zombies use a bow?
Skillful zombies. And no, it's okay. Then I have a regiment of revenants with a crystal pendant. Then 2 hordes, both with rats, and one with the brie of strength, and the other one with the pipes of terrors. Then a horde of zombie trolls with the brie of sharpness for punchiness. Then 3 balefires, because why not? And then 3 necromancers. 2 with Drain Life and Heal instead of Surge, and the other one with Bane Chant and the Inspiring Talisman. And for the last unit of the undead is Swinok. I don't know if it's pronounced correctly, the Salamander Necromancer. And I have 2 regiments of Flame Bearers as allies and an Abyssal Warlock as well.
Very nice. Oh yeah, I should point out, I think you guys chose to play 2,000 points, didn't you, rather than 2,500. I think do you toss a coin for it?
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
Before the map was complete, we thought about it. We're like, well, 2,500, we were seeing some of the lists, not to name names, Jesse, that were being passed around, but we were like, okay, we'll flip a coin and leave it up to chance. And so I guess Spanish coins, Lewis, you were saying, they always come up 2,000.
So Keith, you didn't like the curb stompy lists that were coming out at 2,500, so you played 2,000 and came up with this.
Yes, that's the logical sequence that we're going to take.
Speaking of this,
Triple Dragon.
Triple Dragon. Yeah.
Shall I take you from the
do you want to
top?
run us through your fluffy 2,000 point list then?
Sure, very fluffy. So 5 regiments of Paladin Foot Guard. 2 of them have 2-handed weapons. And then 1 of them has the elite aura for the rest of the paladins. Below them, a priest with Bane Chant 2, Heal 3, and the Conjurer Staff. 2 high paladins on Dragon, Naked, no items. Samacris, Mother of Phoenixes, and Julius, Dragon of Heaven. And that's it. That's my list.
So you got the nice 10-drop Basilian list versus the 15-drop undead list.
Yeah, it's a little heavy on the drops, but I figured it was nice and fluffy for that.
Yeah. Right then, with no further ado, we'll move on to the map and we'll let you guys talk through your deployment.
Do you want to go first, Lewis?
Who won the roll for sides?
I did. So I took the top for the reason of not allowing him to have a hill in his deployment zone to park the war machines. And I went back and forth about it, but I figured the central deployment too with the lake will give me cover for a couple turns versus his artillery. I also liked, so because he had a lot more drops than I did, I deployed kind of in battle groups so that depending on which side he stacked, I had enough there to try to counter or to stall him while I pushed another flank. And he very clearly chose which flanks he's going to push. So have some stuff there. But I think he outdropped me by like 5 or 6 units, so I was done deploying and ready to make some tea or something in the meantime.
Brilliant. Rakith, do you want to run us through your deployment then? As soon as you're at the top.
Sure. So on the left, I have a High Paladin on Dragon, giving his Inspiring to another regiment of the Paladin Foot Guard. Those ones with just Defense 5. Samacris is sitting in the middle behind an obstacle, cowering for unknown reasons, hoping to get some cover. I'm trying to keep everything in the Inspiring bubble in case there's a, knock on wood, a first turn. Shooting Surge with the artillery. 3 regiments of Paladin Foot Guard in the middle. The 2 with the 2-handed weapons are in the water to get some cover, and then they're the first line because it's so hard to break through those Revenant hordes. They're some of the best anvils in the game. And then a priest giving Inspiring, kind of backing them up. And then on the right is Samacris, or is Julius and a dragon and another regiment of Paladin Foot Guard to try to contest that token, which may be tricky. So we'll see. And that is my deployment.
Brilliant, thank you. And then Lewis?
Okay, so as I have a very slow shuffling list, I choose just to focus on one half of the board because it's practical, and that's it. And try to be not scared of the dragons, which I'm very scared. And starting from left, I have the regiment of Revenants with the crystal pendant. And just to the right, there's the horde. I believe it's the one with the strength. Yeah, with the brew of strength. Behind there's the 2 necromancers with drain life and heal and sunak. And in front of them is a regiment of zombies with the warbow of Kaba. Then behind this hide 1 obstacle, there are the 2 regiments of flame bearers. The warlock is in front of them, and behind there's a horde of trolls. In the middle, there's a necromancer with inspiring and enchant, and the horde of revenants with the pipes of terror, and behind us the 3 balefires. That's it.
Brilliant.
Great. Thank you very much.
Any questions from anyone before we send them on their way? No, brilliant. Right, well, we'll let you go get on.
Not as such.
So good luck. Have a good game.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right, sweet, they're gone. What have they done wrong?
It's
How's it going? There he is, gone.
Weird, isn't it? This is a weird list. It's a
It's-
weird set on both sides.
Well, it's one of these lists where I looked at Lewis's list at first and thought, that's a weird list. Is it any good? And actually, the more I look at it, the more I think there's a lot of nerve and there's a good amount of whacking. There's it's very different to any other undead list I've seen before.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there's Abyssals, so that's more, yeah. And Zoonok's in there as well. Which,
But it's things like zombie trolls with sharpness. Well, just take whites normally because it's the same
Yeah.
result.
What did Zwinok do again? I forget.
A lead over.
So he gives elite aura, I believe, doesn't it, to skeletons?
first skeletons, which Revenants count as, I think.
Yeah, they've got the
Yeah,
skeleton
yeah.
keyword. Yeah.
I'd be very confused if they didn't and you took this list.
Yeah.
You gotta assume.
Well,
You know, and it's also a good
there's
value.
no other idea, no other reason to take him,
Mhm.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say without seeing how deployment went, but I think you can sort of see that Keith was out deployed by about 5 drops because I'm
Yes.
not sure this would have been his ideal deployment.
No.
You know, ideally you would have had Julius or maybe another dragon on that left flank who could have really ruined, you know, the day there. I like Lewis's deployment actually. I think those 2 diagonal blocking pieces are going to be a bit of a pain and help contain those flyers in a bit.
Yeah, I
Mm.
agree. And he made the right choice in just focusing everything on 2 for this game, given how slow his list is.
Yeah.
So
I think I'd like to point out though is that Lewis has taken heal instead of surge, so he's got all the scats which could be doing surge, which aren't going to be doing it anymore, which would be really useful for pinning those fires down, which he now can't do. He's only got 1 surge caster now.
mhm.
And
So,
you're-
yeah, Zunok is only.
2. I think his total potential is 14 between Zunok and the one Necromancer, but still it's spread between.
Not much. And they're nowhere near each other as well. One's down here, isn't it? The other one's over here.
Yeah, no, he can't double them up. So
my thinking was actually all Keith really got to do is just pivot those 2 flyers on the right flank and bugger off. Right? What's the point? You're not gonna win the right flank token with all that.
Yeah, and then basically decide that you're going to fight for the middle and the left.
Because he's going to get the left. There's nothing
He's going to,
you can generally do about it.
Yeah.
But
Luis has given it up because remember that round thing there is blocking.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah, he's never getting through there, is he?
Fight for the middle.
Yeah.
No, I think on the right side, to get the horde through, there's like a 3-degree differential that you're able to get a horde through there. So to try and get those revenants over to the left side to try and help that middle is going to be all game.
I was going to say, hordes do fit with jets.
Oh yeah, no, they do, but I think it's like 59 degrees exactly.
Yeah, you've got to be fairly fairly straight through.
I think it's quite. I think we didn't actually watch this plan, but I think it's fairly obvious that those 5 paladins went down before everything else. Because why would regiment left be there?
So Keith won the roll and chose to take first turn, which is very understandable.
Yeah.
When you
The thing is, Keith could just grab the token on the right.
Yep.
And
you could put Julius on it.
Yeah.
And Luis can almost forget about it unless the shooting works.
Yeah, you can just start leave the dragon in the way of Julius, and Julius walks off. It'll take a while.
Or just drop it,
Julius?
pass it back next turn and give it to the paladins and then shuffle.
Everything there's speed 5 in combat and shambling. So.
Yeah, the shooting will be massive there, won't it? Of the three engines and the flame bearers between them and the warlock, actually. There's enough there to break a Julius in one go. You know, he's only fearless 16, which is, I know he's defense 6, but it won't do a whole lot against all that.
Hellfire's the piercing 2 with reroll to wound, though, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, reroll T3, I think.
Badly placed, really. Flame bearers good shot.
Yeah. Oh, actually, another 20 flame bearer shots as well. We'll do it.
I think Lewis might be a bit conservative with his plans for the objectives on. So yeah, I went from originally thinking how is a Brazilian player going to win this to coming right around to thinking actually it's I kind of
as it always is with this kind of list with Basilia, it just spends its entire game on a knife edge because all it has to do is lose 1 or 2 units and it's a huge chunk of the list.
Yep.
So it can do incredible things and it can do really well, but all it takes is one swingy roll, doesn't it? And your dragon dies or Julius dies, and then you're down, a tenth of your army.
And one of your 3 maneuverable units are gone. So
yeah,
it's going to be fairly key, I think.
So is he trying to hide Julius here?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm also kind of surprised the Macris isn't over on the right side to spread out the heal between its 2 higher-priced units. Keep them fresh.
So what have the Necromancers got then? In terms of spells?
Drain life.
Our bottom right one is Inspiring and Bane Chanting. Central right is Drain Life and Heal. Center one is Drain Life and Heal. And then obviously Zunok does whatever he does.
Fireball and Surge.
Yep. Surge, I think as well.
We have a...
You 10? Yeah, 8 or 10, isn't it?
So we have a question about line of sight. Now, I wrote this and can't remember. What height is the ruin in front of the building? Is it height 1 or 2? Yeah, so it's not blocking anything, yeah. No, the simple answer is nothing blocks line of sight on this map, effectively.
Nothing at all.
Yeah. Your
'cause the
tallest
hills
thing
are
on the entire map.
Is height
Yeah, they're
2,
height 2.
right?
So they block infantry, but not large infantry or cavalry.
The barricades are height 1.
Yep.
Central impassable is height 0.
Yep, it's therefore flat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just a madman made this.
Yeah, well, absolute madman. Well, it's designed to make you think. Play a bit differently to the usual way.
I like when you work with set lists. I like stuff like that. We could turn up and there be random maps to play on. I'm not as much as I do appreciate it being different than the norm. That's cool and different and fun. When people change the list from round to round, I mean, I've done it myself, but I've made a list and I've gone, actually, I'm going to tailor this a little bit to the map.
Yeah, and that's I think that's fine as well. It's just a different.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah, it's recognizing that call to arms and these online tournaments are not real tournaments in the same way, and so we can do different things, and so why not? I don't see why you'd want to play these exactly like you'd play any other tournament, because I'd never do this in a real tournament.
Well, the nice thing about not having a fixed list is that you are just playing. You're giving the win to essentially whoever plays the best, because you can't design a meta beating list because there is no meta. So everyone gets the chance to tailor their list to their scenario and to their opponent up to a point.
Yeah, and then it just comes down to
and then it's just
plays the game.
Who plays best.
Yeah, it just depends how hard you want to lean into taking advantage of some of the things. I personally enjoy switching it up, playing the Epic Dwarf maps for years now. They're great, but start to want something a little different. And
that was my thinking here, was that the Epic Dwarf in the UK tournament scene had just become the only maps that were played, effectively, or something similar. Every map had to have 2 forests, 2 obstacles, 2 hills, a bit of flat and a blocking. There was no change to that at all.
It was getting a bit symmetrical.
Yeah, which is that's useful for a lot of tournaments, but when you can play around like this, do it. And this is why you don't give me free reign. So just to summarise Keith's turn then, so he looks like he is sort of going for the abandon the right and concentrate on the left and middle. He isn't going to avoid getting shot, is he? There's no way he can avoid that.
No, it looks like only one of the flame bearers currently have a target. Oh wait, never mind. These are 2 troops stacked. So one's in, the right one's currently out.
No, it's 2 regiments. Oh right, yeah. The right one's out, the left one's in.
Yeah.
Have they moved yet? Though? I'm not sure.
They've moved.
Yeah.
I don't know if the warlocks moved. Warlock might not want to.
Nah, I don't think he wants Warlock to get singled out by Julius.
Yeah, well, actually, the warlock's already in range of Julius, so.
Yeah, although that wouldn't be a good idea, though, would it? Because then you've got angry zombie trolls behind and flame bearers that can get out of the way.
Yeah, the zombie trolls will win it eventually.
Well, they're bit of real sharpness as well. Don't forget.
Yeah. I mean, threes
and 4s.
Yeah.
And he's got Surge nearby, so you could potentially just blast him with flame bearers first.
Yeah, it's true. Or even bring the horde.
Actually, no, he probably wouldn't be able to, because he wouldn't be able to get the horde in.
Yeah.
To be fair, charging the flame bearers is probably as good an option there.
I was thinking that as well.
That would be more my
turn. You can just walk over here out of the way once the zombie trolls are stuck behind there for a turn.
Right, the shooting begins. The first of the
Here we go.
Do we
Nope.
have a Julius turn 1? No. I think all three need to. Let's see. It's all gone quiet.
Oh, that's a hit.
Just one. I think Julius can probably live with one. I agree though. I'm surprised that Samochris is so far away from
Yeah.
that expensive flank. I get that he wanted to keep the inspiring bubbles kind of going.
Mhm.
Ooh, nothing.
Oh, he's got
Oh,
one reroll still.
Got
right?
rerolls though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he used to reroll them.
So that's-
Just D3.
2 rerolls. Yeah.
And 2
There you
wounds.
go.
There we go.
And 2 wounds.
That's why they're really good.
And down to 1.
Yeah, that's what misses you.
Yeah, because it sounds like, it's limited rerolls, but it's generally going to be, you're just going to reroll everything.
Mhm.
True.
Yeah.
It's
It's
going to be
they're
very
better
rare
than
when War Machine gets less than 3, fails more than 3 times, isn't it? On the
Yeah.
damage.
So it looks like
I don't know what he thinks he's doing.
How are they
is he
both?
rolling?
He's rolling as
Oh,
if
so
everything
he's-
is
He
in
rolled all
range.
of them.
Yeah, he is. I think is he looking at the range of the unit rather than the leader point?
No,
Yeah.
I think he thinks they're 24-inch range.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Oh,
So
zombie
another 3
warfare
damage.
failed. It's the important one.
So, 5 on the nerve, then 9 resolves it down to 4. And then on to Keith second. So, what is your play here for Keith now then? Do you, quickly as you can, get onto that middle token?
I mean, now that Flame Bearers are 24 inches, it changes the game.
Yeah. So Julius has got charge targets, hasn't he? And he's got choices.
Hmm. I would almost be tempted.
I think though, if he's going for the zombies, I think, and that's a really good target. I like that.
It would be if
check
it's
out.
in range.
Yeah, yeah.
But then
just
the
out, yeah.
fingers aren't in range either,
Yeah,
so.
true.
Range is just a concept.
So the flame bearers were another target we were talking about, essentially for Julius. Is that a good target for him?
I mean,
Oh.
it's.
Still not.
Oh, did they realize that they were out of range and he's moving to compensate now?
Except they're still not in range.
Yeah, no, because it's right at the point.
I'd be tempted. Julius doesn't actually have to do anything, just like move 10 and pivot, then Sam can come heal him and make our shooting wasted. Why not?
Yeah, just totally bug him out.
She's got 22-inch range where heal off us.
Yeah, it's not an exciting way of play, but actually Keith's in no rush at all now, is he?
No.
You know, where he's just moved there, he's now just brought the game very much to Louis to say, right, you now have to react to everything I've done. Because it's even going to take him a few turns to grab that right-hand side token with that horde.
Yeah.
So that horde's out of the game pretty much all game now.
Those zombie trolls are going to have to take a while to get anywhere, and they are the hittiest thing is this really, apart from maybe the Revenants for sure.
If only there were whites.
Then you
Reposition
can jump
much
off that
easier.
blocking
Yeah.
as well. That'd be a
You know what I said about tailoring lists? You've got undead with all that fast flying units and all this low height blocking that you could exploit.
Yeah.
Exploit it. You've got undead, you've got the most open list in the game.
You can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
I mean, he's made a shooting undead list, and it's quite good. So.
So yeah, Julius shuffling just to give himself lots of options next turn. I suppose the Paladins will just go and try and contest that horde. I suppose there's nothing else for them to do, is there? You know, I don't see any reason not to. Just move the Paladin regiment down to the right token. It's dead, isn't it? Let's be honest. But
Yeah.
You can, yeah,
At this point.
if you're finicky with it, you might be able to push right up in front of those flame bearers and force the flame bearers to do something before you die. But
yeah,
I mean, it's Northern King scoring in it, so you only get points for kills no matter what you lose. So you might as well save them and then make them die at a convenient point.
yeah, that's it. It's positive only, so. Yeah. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot else to say.
Yeah. Aside from the shooting, there's no pressure on Keith to get any charges off early here. He can spend another couple turns really setting up his dragons if he wanted to. He's got enough wound mitigation.
So is he? I think he's looking for the 20-inch bomb, isn't it? For
Who go for the healer now?
can he do it? Is he within 22?
Yeah, he's. Oh no, he's not. I'm wrong. I'd have just marched Julius. Right.
Yeah.
He's not under any pressure, so he can afford to not have Julius putting pressure out because realistically, everything that can get anywhere near him is shambling and can't pressure him for the next turn anyway.
Is Samachris in fireball range of that unit?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. That's just mean. Shooting them over the pit of doom. You can't get to me. You'll never get to me, and I can shoot you.
I see you have the crystal pendant of retribution.
What did I set it on fire? Well, I suppose they'll technically still explode.
I haven't seen Crystal Pendant in a while now.
It's a really good item. It's just I've never taken it ever.
No, it's not. Elliot, that's a lie.
It's a
Sounds
very
like
expensive item.
It is.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
expensive.
for on a cheap unit, it'd be really good when it look. Well, that cheap unit's not cheap. We put 50-point tax on it.
I do think the best use I've ever seen of it is in Nick Williams' Scarecrow spam list, where he's got, was it like 12 hordes of Scarecrows and one of them's got the crystal pendant? So there's just one of them where you go, you don't want to kill this one, yeah, and it puts it right in the middle. Because then when you do blow up, you've just got all the other Scarecrows just swarm you.
I put on a Horde of Fanatics once. I didn't get to use it for an entire tournament. Finally, the unit dies and they roll a double one followed by a double one. I'm like, fine.
Yeah, it is one of those items I've never taken and probably never will take. But yeah, that's
it's nice on something like maybe a Goblin Whiz because it'll prevent the overrun.
That's good for it, yeah.
But I mean, I think even at 30 points, I'd struggle to justify it. Oh, the priest is healing.
And Conjurer's Staff, one off.
Mm-hmm. Stop them. Because the staff reroll always fails.
That's a guarantee.
It is. Especially when you're surging. You just need one. You miss with your first fall. You'll always miss with your second. You reroll. So yeah, fireball from Samachris. It's piercing fireball, isn't it? I think as well. At least it's got a heal. Where is the rest of Lewis's army? Is this definitely 2,000 points?
It looks about right.
It's because 5 of them are individual, not 4 of them are individual.
Yeah, I guess it is. I'm just so used to seeing Undead with this many units and then also a Vampire Lord and also something else. I think you're right. I think it's the 4 individuals, isn't it? And the
and the catapults.
And actually, he spent a lot on items. It's 45 on sharpness, 50 on the pendant. There's brutal. There's all these little things.
Yeah, there's strength. There's another 40 on strength. Yeah.
Realistically, he could have saved 130 odd points and had another unit in, actually, if he wanted.
I mean, it does make all of those units very effective. But they're just all very slow units without the surge to give them the flexibility.
I do like kitting out the the Rev hordes.
They're very efficient out there for
Yeah,
they,
no, I love them. I normally
they take
two.
items really well.
Yeah.
I like them on horseback.
I don't know. Dash 24, defense 5. They are just incredible
Yeah.
for the grind, especially with life.
Oh, yeah.
Life Leech 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I normally take 2 and then build around them, but normally with a decent amount of speed involved to counteract the fact that they're shambling up the board.
I mean, it kind of sums up Undead where Revenants are overshadowed, and they
I
are
know.
probably one of the best infantry in the game, if not the
Yeah.
best infantry in the game.
Honestly, in my opinion, they're like top 3 anvils in the game.
Yeah. Well, they are the most resilient unit. As in they just are. There's no one comes close to them in terms of infantry.
Dogs of War, but
No, because he's a fearless 24 with life leech 2.
yeah,
Defense
but
5.
not balance.
I still think these will, when you do the maths of the points, these are a lot better. Yeah, they're just.
Oh no, yeah, they are also 55 points cheaper than Dogs of War, and you can put an item on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, you could put sharpness, strength, or
Undead.
extra life leech on them. Get them up to life leech 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're fine.
It's okay though, because then you can have a 70-point Bane Chanting Necromancer behind them.
Yeah. They get searched for free, and like elves who are more expensive and don't get any spells.
Oh, Undead. It's okay. It's more fun when you beat them that way.
Yeah.
You know you beat somebody that's getting 15% free armor. Near enough. So he's shuffling, which obviously is the very Undead thing to do. I like that he's obviously blocked the flank of the horde while still being able to advance. I say I like it though, but they're already on 2 damage.
Yeah, it's going to get healed out though.
Yeah, he's got heal 6.
Of course, yeah. True. But he hasn't. There's no real way there of getting any support in, so if that dragon does choose to commit, which probably isn't the right move. I'm guessing all the individuals are out of range of the dragon.
Yeah, he's shuffled them over.
They're also right up against it because he knows the famous Tom Robinson charge. That's very nice.
No, but you can do it in the flank. It won't matter, would it? So
Samacris.
Oh, from Samacris, yeah.
You wouldn't do that because it's surge.
No.
Well, no, actually, if you did it to Zuinok, you'd have to surge with the other one.
Yeah.
Who's now close enough to surge, but
And as long as
I think he's charging with Samacris. I think we're right.
Yeah.
Samacris doesn't go into combat in turn 2.
Well, you could do, but you do something wrong if you do.
Exactly.
It's like when I used to play my Force of Nature, I used to have a sign next to me saying, "Do not charge the unicorn him." Because just because it can doesn't mean you should. It's never a good idea.
It often means you should.
No, don't do it.
I've done great things by charging my unicorns in.
I have, but not on turn 2.
No, not. Oh well, there was one time when it was probably a little bit later in the game, but I charged some Soul Reaver cavalry in the front, which then it took the counter charge like a champion. So those Soul Reavers got rear charged by a regiment of knights.
See, always charge the unicorn. It's always a good idea.
Always charge the unicorns. Great.
I don't think it's ever worked when we've played. I think it's always gone horribly wrong for you.
I used to literally have it written on a bit of paper. So at tournaments when I had quite a few beers, I could put it next to me and just go, and I go, right, I'm going to, no, moving on.
All right, here comes the shooting.
Yeah, but then you'll only remember to look at the piece of paper at the exact precise time when charging the unicorn in as appropriate.
Oh, there's one more with the reroll.
Just one, yeah, but obviously the reroll still. So this obviously where it's superior over vicious.
Yeah.
Had to say it.
Yeah. Still
and
one more.
another hit. For 2, 3. Oof.
Ooh.
It's not
That defense 6 is doing well here. I've got to say.
yeah.
Yes, he's doing very well. It's
Yeah.
knocked 3 damage off. Well, and he'd have had an extra reroll from getting the 2 rerolls before, so it's probably 3 to 4 damage he's knocked off.
Yeah.
Here come the Flame Bears.
Are they all in range this time?
Yeah.
No, not quite.
No, but
Oh,
they're
yeah.
playing it as if they
Well,
are.
they look. I think they're realizing it's 18 now, but I think they're measured from the lines rather than the unit point.
Yeah, it'd be it's close, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but maybe a bit of like weird Pythagoras, and you could.
No,
they have them-
the best thing to do is to actually
Ooh,
measure range from your target.
My.
Oh no!
got him. Yeah. This is what I mean. Is that this list runs on a knife edge all the time. I mean, you know, the 3 war engines should have done more damage, really.
Yeah.
So losing him there is not massively surprising.
I mean, they weren't too far off curve. I guess their damage rolls were low, but the hits were average.
Yeah.
Although against defense 6, it still probably shook out like maybe.
Yeah, it's probably about right. And they actually ended up doing 3 damage, didn't they, with the
All that comes down to is that he didn't use Samicus to heal. If he'd used Samicus to heal, he'd have survived that.
Yeah.
And realistically, what would he have lost? Like standing on the token 1 turn later, but with the foot guard who would care about doing that? Like that's what they're for.
I mean, losing Julius definitely hurts right now, but he's still in a position where he can run those tokens to the left side of the board.
Yeah.
And not face too many consequences here.
What's the? I'm gonna say I can.
Those
Can
are out.
the horde being in range? Yes, you can. Yeah.
No. He doesn't
So
have the
just-
surgery that he needs, unfortunately.
So that's what you do, Shirley. Don't you? You don't put yourself in charge range. You just get it and step it, and then back up.
Yep.
All game.
Yep.
It's not exciting, but it works.
Just go sit in a pond with a token for the next 4 turns.
Yeah. And then do what you can to block line of sight for your token holder. Because those war engines are going to make it squeaky bum time every single turn until the end of the game. Especially seeing as Keith went first.
That's what we live for.
Yeah. Well, next turn he's going to be able to get the other foot guard. The left one's on to the left token, and I think after 1 pivot he's out of arc. Actually, he's pretty much out of range.
Yeah, they are very much in the back corner out there.
Yeah. Would you, I mean, given the map, have deployed the catapult central on this one?
I would have, because why not? Because you can see everything.
There's no downside.
I would have deployed them behind the trolls, because then that wall can make things difficult for being charged. To be honest, you could have deployed them against the wall and really been a pain, because that height 1 blocking is in your deployment zone.
Yeah.
So you can put your front against that, you can still see everything, and then things have got to get around your flanks. And all you've got to do is stop a 75mm base getting into you. I think this dragon on the left here is in a bit of a funny position because he's almost got as close as he can get before Surge is going to catch him out. So there's no rush to charge, but he can't really squeeze in much more than that.
No, I honestly... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say he's pretty much where he needs to be for the rest of the game. He's just stopping those revenants from moving, or the horde rather moving up, so...
I guess as well, that is what Surge does. He can't afford to put that fly. He could obviously very easily put it there, but he can't afford to.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Any other army, you just jump out of sight there, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
And you've won. You know that's the power of Surge, isn't it?
Oh, we've discovered a hidden token.
Ooh. He's definitely won now. Then there we are. So it looks like he picked it up. Yeah, he has, because he's moved, hasn't he?
Yep.
So I'm guessing he's out of range of the Revenant Horde.
Yeah, he's
Yes, he will be.
Yeah, you would do it, yeah. And so all you've got to worry about are those scarecrows, really.
So there's only one.
Go for the long bomb surge.
Yeah, it's true. It's an option.
Well, he'd need
It
a
will be a
7.
long.
Yeah, I'd have been happy if both of these guys had surge as well.
I'd be a bit less because he gets a pivot, but
Yeah.
He's fairly dead on for his angle, though, isn't he? Like, any more, then you are going to be hindered when you go in, and you don't really want that. You kind of want to blow that unit in one go.
So unfortunately, with how close Keith brought up the elite foot guard,
and this, especially with the fact that it would get deleted by a dragon, possibly in the rear if he didn't wipe it out.
Yeah.
A surge is pretty much a 50-50, really. He's got 14 surge that he can throw at it.
Yeah, and if you don't get it, you are going to get deleted by a dragon.
Yes, yeah, he's good. But then, how else does he get this token otherwise?
Oh yeah, no, I think I would probably go for it.
I think it's worth going for. I think if you don't go for it now, you're just going to be chasing.
You soften them up with the flame bearers anyway.
Could the zombies go for the angle on the flank instead? I know that's probably still wouldn't kill them, but at least that's
not killing them. I think you've got to kill them, otherwise it gets passed back, and then everything goes back in at you, and you're never going to get to that point.
Yeah, you're right.
I think you need to start holding on to that middle token now, really. And then you can bring your flame bearers to bear.
You look how many points are behind those two barricades, facing down one Paladin Knight regiment.
Yeah, zombie trolls, man. That's what he needs, and
yeah.
Stuff. You're never going to see this token.
And sidestep away. The whole game.
And like realistically, if Luis brings something between the gap of the two barricades, Keith can just launch a dragon there and tie that up all game and just effectively cut that funnel.
Yeah, Tom, it was exactly what you thought it was.
Yeah. It's Pikachu.
So
there we go.
Right.
We go again.
We do go again.
Does Keith actually put the dragon in charge range of the Revenants now?
Yep.
It does look like it, yeah.
Yep. I guess.
It's not terrible, is it?
Yeah.
The only issue is that because those catapults don't have a decent target at the moment, do they?
Nope.
What I want to happen is to do that, the catapults move forward and pivot a bit, so now everything's in sight. And then the dragon gets pinned. It has to kill the crystal pendant unit. It takes 9 damage and gets catapulted off for nothing.
Well, the catapults. Well, they have to go for the other dragon. I mean,
it's in cover though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what else are they going to do?
Is breathing on him? Do nothing.
Yeah, a dragon gets cover because it's ankle deep in water. Yep, that makes sense.
No, it's hiding. It's under the water with like a ninja style with like a snorkel.
He's paddling.
About 50 bamboo reeds in its mouth.
He's just got a reed in front of his face. You can't see it.
There's smoke coming out, Tom.
There's a duck on its head. A roast duck.
Yeah. Okay, so we're moving through the gap.
Yeah, this is where it gets ugly.
Yeah. He is going to have to be careful about whether he can get line of sight lanes open as well on those infantry, which he does appear to have just managed actually. for the war engines.
Yeah.
If you can get to a stage through shooting where the dragons have to hold tokens, then you're in a good place. Because then you can catch them with the other stuff you've got left. But you are relying on killing stuff very quickly. I don't see a way easily how he sort of frees up those zombie trolls.
No, I feel like that's the start of the game.
I'd be tempted to turn them to come around the back and then surge them this turn, maybe. It's not an efficient way of moving them, but just to do anything to try and get them into the game a bit.
I think he's committed now.
But to
I
what?
don't think you can afford to bring away 2 surges either.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, I suppose, isn't it? But if only they were whites.
If only they were white.
I know. Okay, well, it's got the 1 token.
That's not going anywhere unless those paladin foot guard pull something out of their ass.
That would be amazing. They're not inspired, the Revenants.
Yeah.
You've only got to do, what, 12 damage from 12 attacks?
12 damage, double 6, off you go. I'd like to know the odds of that.
Where's Nick? Get on the phone. I'll tell you. Not good.
They're busy working out hyphens and easy army at the moment.
While trying to get his printer working. It's the future.
I see. I don't. Why put? I don't know.
So he's clearly not going for a surge.
Nope.
You might be looking at angles.
Whatever goes there, he'll tap the.
If he charges in with the zombies, he won't be able to pass the unit back this turn.
Yeah. Yeah,
he won't. Yeah, so you buy yourself a turn effectively, don't you? But what you will be able to do is just charge the other regiment off, or even move it off, and then double charge with the back one and the counter charge. In fact, you could drop it, couldn't you? And then use your counter charge slide to pass it to the back unit. That's got higher defense.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking. The more central unit on the center left charges forward. Both the rear one and that one counter the zombies. You drop the token. The rear one then picks it up, and then you've got cover from this unit for the middle one, which has the token, and you pin down both revenants and kill the zombies.
You could even slot the dragon in to pick it up as well if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dragon will probably join the foot guard on the revenants, and who knows, you'll probably get them turn 2 with damage.
So, if only they will. I haven't checked the chat in a while. Is anybody talking?
That's me, and
I have no idea. So he's turned the zombies round.
So I played Keith last round at 2,200 points with this massive, basically the same kind of list, and I massively underestimated the Paladin regiments. I looked at him and thought, oh, there's only 5 regiments of Paladins, what's it going to do? And they just never, ever, ever chew through it all, is the answer. I killed everything else, killed the dragons, and I killed all the expensive stuff, and he had
the Paladin unit
sat on the objectives.
The Paladin unit type is really good, I think.
Yeah.
I really like them.
I think it's got that perfect, like, when you're looking at infantry regiment nerve, you're thinking, most of the time they're 13, 15, and they don't got anything else like pole arms, is your typical staple, or shield wall, or clansmen. They're all 13, 15, defense 4 or 5 or so. But actually 15, 17, and 9 resolve is actually pretty tanky. They're probably the last 2 rounds of combat, essentially with them 17, 19. And then now, like Basilia anyway, that's a lot of heal to back them up.
And they're going to do reliable damage. Not huge damage, but very reliable damage.
And you got actually a lot of option for them between the two-handed weapon and the paladin defender option. You You can really work.
So it looks
stuff
like he did turn around the zombie trolls, just try and bring them back in with Surge. So I agree with. I think why not? You know, you're not doing anything anywhere else.
Mhm.
There we go. So it's at least somewhere back towards being relevant.
Yeah.
You know, next turn, it was the right thing to do. You know, you could have just given
Yeah.
in with that unit, decided it was gone for.
They'll get
Yeah.
somewhere around turn 8.
Yeah.
Shoot the token carriers then.
Yeah, and he could really do with taking this off in one go.
He could do it.
Yeah, he could.
I think all three catapults have a line on them as well.
They should do, yeah.
Yeah.
He did a good job there moving
Yeah,
to
I
make sure
checked.
that got line of sight. Up to 7. He really could do it, and I mean, he's gonna have to do this, you know, every single turn for the rest of the game
Oh,
for it to be.
Oh, look at
aggressive
that!
warlock.
He's angry.
Does not give a shit about
3
double.
damage.
Yeah.
That's up to 10.
Yeah.
And then you've got all you know. If you hit with one of them, you can miss a move on, can't you? And start targeting other ones.
Yeah, I think they're gonna.
Yeah, you make
There's
sure.
4 damage missing there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah.
So first one hits.
2 more.
Yeah.
Do they have headstrong as well?
Yes, they do.
How many points are they again?
150. They're very, very good.
Yeah.
But again, they're in an army that have Ogre Palace Guard in them. Yeah. But they're a really solid unit. I like them a lot.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, they don't get hordes.
Can
Can you imagine the horde option?
22, 24, I'm resolve headstrong.
So he hit again.
Is he targeting the top right one now?
How?
I don't think he has line of sight.
Yeah. Oh, it's miss anyway, so it's all right.
No, that's fair enough.
So there does still seem to be 4 damage missing, I think, from that regiment.
Warbow.
A good measure. This is the first time it's shot. I always forget about that item.
No, he fired it first time, but it also missed then.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So these units are on somewhere between 11 and 15 damage.
I think the first one.
Oh yeah, he's failed it, but there should be 4 more damage on there. Oh no, he's taking it all off. What's he doing?
He's making it to get
Oh yeah,
have
he's dead.
fewer tokens. No, instead of having it all in little 2s and 3s, he's just going to add on.
No, it's dead. It's dead.
Oh no, it's dead.
Yeah, it's because he was putting the token in the corner. He didn't want to delete the full thing.
Yeah,
Okay, well that is helpful, to say the least, really, isn't it? Because it means that.
Oh yes.
I think.
So how do you react with this, Keith?
Dragon goes into a flamebearer unit.
I would put Dragon into the zombies personally, and then the question, the issue you've got is that horde, isn't it? So yeah, going in by yourself. The problem is with you because you've got Bane Chant and you've got crushing one of them as standard. They can quite feasibly take that regiment off in one go.
Yeah.
Even with all the because only defense 4.
I'd be tempted to move the dragon forward till it's touching the token and double pivot towards the top left of the board, and then next turn just be able to add the double out.
Yeah, just bail it.
Yeah, because I think with 1 at the double, it's going to be out of range of all the catapults.
Yes.
And it'll outpace the flame bearers as well.
I think I'd like to get the Paladin regiment out of the cover and then turn, and then put the dragon. You can find an angle actually where the dragon doesn't do any charging, but he stands right in front of all 3 of those catapults.
Mm-hmm.
Then next turn you do a full 10-inch out the way, and then the dragon takes a couple of hits. But hey, you won scenario.
So I think he's just checking for next turn here, isn't he? Of where he's going to get to. I'm assuming.
It'd be nice if these terrain pieces had clear edges.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would.
the water features are not great.
No.
I mean, they look nice because they fade in, but
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Same with some of the forests, isn't it? Of
Yeah.
where is the forest? Is it the random branch sticking off?
no, that's why
What
you
I've tried
stick
to
the
do with the
forest,
ones
stick them on a
bases,
hill.
That's what I've done with the ones that I've made. So like the barricades, I've got different coloured green under them just to show where your
Yeah.
base is. Same with the pit.
Taking it.
Northern Kings had to have a pit, didn't they?
Did pit of despair.
But
I've
no
always
mill.
loved the idea of flat blocking terrain. I think it's a really interesting. It's something that's not used. Yeah,
As long as it's not anywhere near a deployment zone,
yeah,
where you can stick an organ gun behind it or something like that,
yeah.
or 3 organ guns behind it.
Yeah. Giving people ideas now.
You don't do
I've seen it. I've seen it. It wasn't nice.
Cannons. I agree with you on cannons. Yeah.
Yeah, I like sending the dragon in there. I think,
Well, my experience was in 2nd edition when cannons sucked. So
yeah, who cares?
Volley guns were better.
and volley guns were better than they are now.
Yeah, and they're still fairly good.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so sending the dragon in. I mean, not only does it, shut down that turn of shooting, it's also a height 6 block that he's now got to work around, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it looks like he's sort of bugging
I like
out the
that
dragon.
move.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Just have another unit knocking around all those tokens.
Mhm.
If nothing else.
Yeah. And realistically, the dragon doesn't one-shot the regiment of revenants, which means that the zombie trolls will finally be relevant.
Yeah, no, not even close. Yeah.
Not it. Yeah. Right. I've managed to make you get the zombie. Try to bring the zombies around this way. Now I'm going away.
Yeah. But that's actually a real strength you can do here, isn't it? The army's so slow and takes so much commitment to do anything, and then you can just go, I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
Cute.
To dance.
Cue the Benny Hill music.
Well, Benny Hill on one side, and then just really slow morose on the other.
It's a very, very expensive unit to be doing that, though. I'd be happier if it was like a beast on, like a winged beast or something.
I know, but it's doing a job, isn't it? It's it's worth it. What's the point committing it if you don't need to?
Mhm.
It's probably worth going for the zombies, to be honest. You might one-shot them. Fireball, 8 or 10, Elliot?
8.
8. 8 with piercing.
Piercing a shout? No, shouting's the something else, isn't it?
Fettering's
Curious?
Elric
That's
Nielsen.
Elric, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen, yeah.
Yeah. So is he going for Zunok, is he? Still think you shouldn't be able to fireball salamanders. Don't make sense.
Yeah, I'd probably go for the Necros, and they're more important here.
They will be with Drain Life, definitely. That horde should take that regiment out in one go. I've just remembered that there's 2 Drain Lives behind it as well.
Yeah. 3.
There's 5 as well, is Zunok, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Oh, there might be 2.
Yeah.
Well, there's your Pearson doing a shot. Oh, big! Do it again. Is it 11-13?
It's more, I think.
It's got to be at least
It's not more than 12-14.
It's Fearless 13.
Oh, Fearless! Wow, sweet.
The other 13,
tasty,
yeah. For reasons.
cold-blooded.
No,
Not in this game. No, is it Xenot's alive? It's a salamander.
Yeah, but he is called ice. He's not called Ice Blood for nothing.
That's true. He's a disgraced salamander.
Oh yeah, there's a priest here still. I forgot about him.
Oh yeah. Where's he been hiding?
He's on the water feature. He's having a bath.
It's a baptismal font.
I think he also forgot about the priest judging by the fact he's moved in the middle of the shooting.
Yeah. So 5 damage. Yeah, it's something. The drain life will probably reverse most of that, and then the life H2 will get the rest.
Yeah.
Dragon does 5 damage.
Yep.
Respectable. 10 to kill, I think. Is it? Right.
10 to kill, 8 to waver.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not sure why the regiment in the top right didn't charge. Because it's like, well, it's going to get charged now and then just die.
He just wants to pull it further away from the main combat.
Perhaps, yeah.
It probably won't die, to be fair. No, it won't die. That's a hindered horde.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing. Okay. So we're on bottom of 4.
Bottom 4.
And the question's going to be now, can you see and can you shoot off those token units?
I don't think he does it this turn.
No. He's,
the priest and Samicus can heal it, and then you can really bugger off.
Yeah, and it's defense 5 this time rather than 4, which is a big difference against those flame bearers, and now there's only one of them. And you can't really rely on getting 5 hits again in cover.
No.
Well, if he leaves that warlock there, that's 2 catapults that can't see the token carrier.
Yeah.
So I'll do that.
In exchange for 5 cover firebolt shots.
I mean, last round.
Actually, possibly better. Yeah, but he could move him the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can, yeah. Just walk through his own unit.
I'll be back in 1 second.
And in fact, he doesn't even have to move him because he can see already.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's covered regardless, so yeah, don't bother. I have to say, I don't see an easy path to victory here for Lewis.
Nope.
I don't see any path to victory here because the one on the left is not going to get shot at.
No, that
and the one in the middle may or may not die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it almost doesn't matter because there's so many other units that can go pick it up.
Yeah.
So the zombie trolls doing again. The zombie trolls can kind of come around now, but so what? So
I'd almost be putting the left paladin foot guard on a 90 pivot next turn and try and getting them over the line for the extra points. It's worth 2 if you get it across the opponent's line, right?
No, that's push.
No, that's push. This is loot.
Yeah, just worth 2 regardless. For the bonus scoring, it's always worth 2.
Oh,
for winning the game, it's worth 1. Flame Bearers regen 1, so they might survive another turn. Is the dragon in range now of those war engines? I'm guessing not. It's a bit far out.
No, the war engines can reach kind of the back of the middle of the pond.
I've got 1 drawn in. I think from leader point. Looks like only 1. The far left catapult.
The far left catapult can reach at the moment, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, no.
Cool. Good idea, Tom.
Oh, yes.
Now, do you even want? I'd
So
almost.
the middle one might just be able to clip the back corner.
Yeah.
That is a sweet angle, is that?
Has Louise pulled back a win while I was gone? Maybe not.
No, he hasn't found a way to cheat yet.
It would take some significant cheating. I mean, sort of seriously, in a way, I think at this stage in a tournament, do you look at the board, think I can't win the scenario, and then go for kills? And
probably switch
change how you're playing your game? Because that makes a significant difference to who you target with your origins.
Yeah.
Because at this point, if you're looking for kills, you pick on Samarkris, don't you? If you're playing for scenario, then you keep chipping at those token carriers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I would be looking at round 4, thinking, okay, well, I don't think I can win. I'm holding 1 token, that's 2 bonus points. I can now kill everything that I can. But I don't know what are your guys' mindset around playing like that? Do you always go for win?
It's 2 bonus points to a max of 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus then the usual bonus points for kills. So what do you guys do at tournaments? Would you always carry on playing for the win regardless, or would you go for kills at this stage?
I think I always play for the win, I think.
What about in a situation where really the win is just not a factor? Because
like here, maybe.
Like perhaps here. Or do you say it's always a factor?
The win is a factor. I mean, at this point, I'd be waiting to see what those flame bearers did, because those flame bearers can very easily do 6 damage, or they can very easily do fuck all. And at that point, you choose with your balefires, and you send, maybe even actually send all this forward, and you just surge the zombies forward as far as you can. You've got 14 surge. You know, if you get 7 or 8 damage on them, you're only 8 surge away on 14. You need a bit of dice, but
it's only surge 6 now because he's used 8 of it.
Yeah. Well, he has got a regiment into the flank of the paladins, so they're definitely dead.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't matter really, did they?
No.
And I think the surge from the zombies, depending on how the rest of the shooting goes, that's a win condition there.
It doesn't matter, but what it does do is bring that regiment up into a position to play more part in the game. And unfortunately, what it's also going to do now is block that horde.
Block the overrun, which is what I would be more concerned about, because the Brew of Strength with a Bane Chant success would be wounding on 2s.
Yeah. I think that was more of a he saw he could do it rather than...
Yeah. Well, part of the problem as well is he's looking at thinking, on average, I'm doing 10 damage, even with Bane Chant, and then relying on Drain Life to kill a 15-17 unit, which is inspired. Yeah. So I can see it, and you can just back the Revenants up D3, the regiment, and hopefully...
It's also a 15-17 unit. You're relying on Drain Life to kill a 15-17 unit that you can't see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I believe that might also be why that zombie is just reversed 3 inches, because it was surged and is now no longer surged.
That too.
Yeah, he's swapping for Bane Chant.
No, he couldn't see them.
Yeah,
he could because they're height. Yeah, he could because they're height 1 and because the barrier's height 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, but I think it was the. Oh no, was it not the ones behind them?
I mean, at this point, I would have probably still kept the surge since you have.
No, I think he realized he was giving some Acris a flank, which they are very soft.
Yeah, but Samacris isn't healing then. If you do 7 or 8 damage to that regiment where you're shooting, then Samacris needs to be healing that unit.
I liked the surge. It's also possible, of course, that it was because it's block line of sight, so it might have let him go back and do it in a different order. Yeah, because when the zombies had surged there, they were blocking the line of sight for the war engines. So they might have just said, yeah, you can go back, fire your war engines first, and then put your surge in. Who knows?
Nope. Not quite the spike you need.
What madness lies in the hearts of men.
There it is.
Oh, there we are.
Boom. Boom. That's only 3 hits. So 5.
1 reroll. 5 wounds.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, 6. That's not bad.
3 more.
3 more. We're getting somewhere.
We are. I mean, you can
7
check
away.
it off.
Yeah. Just inspired, obviously.
Yeah, and the priest inspires as well.
Of course he does. Yeah, it's a Basilia.
Priest as well, having a bath. Yeah.
Oh, used up all.
No hits for the warlock. He's compensating for last time.
Well, here comes the big war bow. Oh no.
It hits. Oh. I still don't understand how that zombie has managed to.
There's just one dead elf.
Ooh.
An 11 and then a 5.
Yeah, 5 there. Not even wavered.
And they run away.
I mean, they can still only go 5, right? They're still in.
Yeah, they're in terrain, so they're. I mean, you've got the priest heal, and you've got Samacris and the Radiance of Life. So you've.
I think you're probably 90 degrees though and walk into the terrain piece for the cover.
Yeah.
You're not really getting away, and at least that way, if you walk 90, you're getting cover from the flame bearers, and they're now in the way of the artillery.
And the war engines now as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're actually in cover, you get cover as well.
Yeah, I mean that was like the last real shot.
Yeah, he really needed to kill a unit every single turn, didn't he, to have hope of shooting off the token carrier.
Yeah, and I mean, even if he did shoot those ones off next turn, he would have had to.
Well, there's always those. If he does turn upwards into the pond, there's always the potential for that rear charge from the zombies.
It can happen
with that surge 14.
Yeah, you get every success.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the horde.
In front.
So 10 damage from the horde. I believe, yeah. Bit confused happening now.
This will
That's
be the
1
flank
attack
one.
extra. Oh, elite? Is that what he's?
Oh yeah, elite from the skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah, elite from Xenok. Yeah. Oh yeah, super dead.
Now, what do you do with that traffic jam?
I would try to back up the Revenant.
But the problem is he's got the 2 necromancers right behind the horde. So I guess he goes for an overrun after that, but then you don't want to get stuck with the blocking terrain.
So he needs a 2 on his backup.
No, he was checking. He hasn't rolled it.
Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, so he'll need a 2.
Nope.
And that's not a 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
So easy to forget, but it's so important to remember. Thinking about, what are you going to do after you've won the combat, especially there where it's so overwhelming and you kind of expecting to get it. Just be mindful of your individuals. What are you doing? Where are you blocking yourself?
Oh,
Yeah, you
Nothing
should
from
have.
the combo. Not that really matters. But
No, but he hasn't got a rear or anything, has he?
nah. I think you've got to tie down the flame bearers and kill one unit.
Yeah, I agree.
Your paladins.
Kill one, then sidestep to block line of sight for the other.
Mm.
You kill it. Is that a dead unit? No, it's not.
It's wavered.
But,
4. Oh yeah.
so what was it? 4 damage
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, so 15.
and 11,
total.
15 now. Yeah.
But they got headstrong.
Because the question is that are they counting that paladin as out of the pond?
Yeah, that's the big one, right?
I think it's, for me personally, that's clearly in. But I'll say clearly. Like you can start counting pixels if you like, but one pixel is
Yeah.
I suppose it's where they've had a conversation, isn't it, about where it is. I would call that in.
Actually, it doesn't really matter because the flame bearers are stuck.
Yeah, they can't get around the dragon. And they can't
They've
get
got
around
that fence. They've got the fence in the way.
So at this point, would you disengage or is it going to end up? Yeah. Take the dragon into the right flame bearers and throw some Acris into the left ones?
I'd heal with Samakris. I'd pull Samakris back and heal, I think.
Does the dragon
Yeah.
fit in the flank of the? Because he's in the flank now, I think.
I think with the 1 inch disengage,
nah,
might
well,
end up
He'd be in the front with a withdrawal. Yeah.
I think it might be. Yeah.
I think you want to stay there, to be honest, and kill that unit.
I mean, is it risk of getting zombied next turn? By Surge,
Yeah.
but meh.
Feels like an unnecessary risk when just moving further up the board is safer, and you're in cover. I mean, he wants to be able to march turn after this, but no, you just no. Sam Chris is there to heal things.
But I think he's thinking he's won at this stage, and actually, I don't like that as a move.
No, because I mean, he wants to get rid of Zunok, but that's not certain by any
I
means.
know, but all he has to do now is spin that regiment round and be surged into the flank of Samakris. And then all of a sudden, I'm not bothered about her dying. I'm bothered about you've just lost one of your token carriers. I don't like that either. Because now equally your dragons are going to get grounded, and you've just lost another token carrier.
He's guarding the surge.
And you've let those zombies sort of advance up for free.
He's guarded the surge, but he didn't need to. All he had to do was go 90 degrees into the pond, and then the surge becomes all but impossible.
Yeah, and you put the priest in front as well to throw the angle off even more for an
Yeah, because 11-13 priest will block a hindered zombie regiment.
Yeah, you'll stay there all day. Iron is all.
I don't like any of that.
It's especially fun because you've just given a flank to the revenants.
Yeah.
That foot regiment could do it.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're in.
Yeah, then the horde can go for Samakris.
Zombies in the front, regiments in the flank. That could do it.
That could do it. So
that would be magical.
You know, we were saying, do you go for the win or do you lost, or do you wait for your opponent
to give you the chance at the win? Yeah.
So people will always fuck up. If you give enough opportunity, people will eventually fuck up.
You get that on a t-shirt, Tom. You could be a motivational speaker.
Given enough opportunity, people will fuck up. It's your duty to let them.
Why not just go away with this lot? Why?
Is he just Why
not?
I suppose is he thinking?
Run.
Is he thinking to have another body to pick up the token? Is that the idea?
Yeah, this is the worst.
In case that unit dies, give people the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I actually kind of like.
Yeah.
Well, I do because he has to do. He has to do this now, doesn't he? Because he's done everything else. He's just used his other 2 token grabbing pieces to go elsewhere. But if he does pull off the front flank charge, then that unit's going to be facing down 2 units, which otherwise we're never going to get to him. I think it's top of 5.
Well,
Top
with
five,
this
top
move, could he
five.
potentially get the Could he potentially get the horde in the flank if he gets the zombies out of the? If he gets the zombies out of the way and the necromancers, he can pivot past the regiment and get that horde of revenants in the flank of the dragon.
Yeah, they're currently already in, aren't
Yeah. Does he even need to get the zombies? Can he get the zombies out of the way by charging?
they?
Is there any-
Well, yeah.
They can just walk right up.
Yeah, they can just walk up. Yeah, they don't need to do that.
In fact, yeah, just walk out the way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't like any of that.
Yeah, he couldn't get out of the way by charging because then they wouldn't. Because when they centered, they wouldn't let it through.
Yeah.
This unit needs to get out of the way as well somehow for him to fit. Oh no, he would be able to pivot through them.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same. Pivot through them.
I think you might be seeing it. The dragon moved.
He's watching the stream.
I like stuff like when you're talking it, workshopping it, and then you see them do the exact thing you've just said. Like, oh, it's really good. Yeah. And then like, oh, it's done it. There you go. It's in it.
Yeah. Got it. Well, it's always good when somebody gets to the same conclusion it took 4 of us to reach.
I mean, except he doesn't seem to have prevented it. So.
No, I think he's just.
No, I don't think he did see it actually, did he? I think he's concentrating so much on those war engines.
That
that's all he's seeing at the minute, isn't it? He's making it worse.
He's shifted it, still in range.
Yeah.
It's getting flank, yeah.
I think now it's just could let both units in.
He is now. That's making it worse.
Oh no.
Yeah, this unit's now in the flank as well.
Yeah.
And it is in range as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and there's room.
Because that one goes first, and then it's easier.
Actually, I don't think there is room for both because the paladins are in the way. But
ooh, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I think there's room for both.
We might. No, I don't think that. No, there isn't because the revenants are 4 inches wide.
You need 25 now. Well, they're not actually. They're not. They're 200 mils.
They're a little bit less than 4 inches, but there's a less than a 1 inch gap for the overlap, so it wouldn't work.
Yeah, you're right.
You see?
Oh,
wait, no, it's gone. I thought you should have made it. All that discussion's pointless, guys. Go on.
Stop watching the stream. You're not supposed to be watching the stream.
Yeah, no, he did touch the measuring tape. That's right, Bart.
Oh yes, it can't undo.
No, the old guessing game of where was it?
It's not doable, is it really?
Yeah, it's tricky. This I kind of go into the camp of if you can't undo, you can't undo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm the stickler on the tabletop when people start moving units around. I get my little tile spaces out and put units in down or pass them spare bases.
Oh yeah, I do the same.
Because I don't believe anyone's doing it maliciously.
No.
Yeah.
Well, teleport and skink. Remember earlier? Teleport and skink.
Yeah, teleport and skink.
You cross the board, like
teleporting wraiths. I've had that a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just I don't. People don't do it intentionally, but it is still cheating, and it's frustrating when you know you've blocked something or you've set something up in a certain way, and then a unit gets put back, and you go, "Oh, I'm in range." So, but you weren't in range. you are now, where you've put them back in the wrong place. But you definitely weren't.
That's when you need extra bases and little tiles and all that kind of stuff. That's what you need.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go to the pound shop, get a bag of 100 tile spaces. Put them on the corners of all your units.
Do you know what the clock's at for this game?
I have the clock number. I don't know the clock. Well, it's gone fairly quick, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think we're anywhere close, to be honest.
Clock number's in the chat if anybody wants to have a look, if we want to bring it up or not. I don't know if you want to. We don't want to post it out for everybody.
Yeah, I'll take a look here.
Report on that for us.
That's a really boring position for the dragon.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
Much
like
safer and not boring.
Right,
Not
it's
giving a
saying
flank,
that-
can't do anything fun.
I'd quite like the dragon covering that flank completely, and then the dragon and Samakris blowing the zombies off the board. Maybe.
I have a good feeling that one of them let the clock run because one has 45 minutes left and the other has 18.
Yeah, it does sound like it's. I don't think either of them have had particularly long turns, have they?
No.
No.
We're on 90-minute clocks. We expect to be less with it being less points.
It will be less. It will be 70.
Yeah.
But we're only 90 minutes into the game, aren't we? So, well, we're only 90 minutes into the stream. That included all the.
Oh, okay, fixed it.
Did it again? Oh.
Oh no.
So has he still done it though? Is that regiment still?
No. Oh, so
That
the regiment's out of
that-
our...
The regiment could get surged into the flank.
Yes.
But does he not have arc? So I can't click, so I can't see what.
Doesn't have armor.
So the left-hand regiment. Okay. So there is a surge there.
I think you're back onto zombies here now, aren't you? That's in range. I guess he's kind of stuffed on his positioning though to be able to do what he wants to do anyway. So
Yeah.
Oh wait.
But the horde,
Got
the horde's in range. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Backing up now. Horde's no longer in range.
We could probably get out of range.
Yeah. He really doesn't want to get flanked, does he, by all this stuff?
Wonder why.
Right, so we're on to shooting. So he's back on Zunok again. There's a couple more points of damage.
Clearly the most terrifying of the undead characters.
Yep. And is that? Oh, the priest is healed, of course.
Right?
Huh?
What?
This is the
I don't know.
thinking. Looks like he's. Don't know what he's doing.
Zombies. Yeah, burning zombies. I always like burning zombies. Yes. It's just so satisfying.
It feels thematic. If we do 5 damage.
Yeah.
6 damage? 5 damage.
Yeah.
Well, they don't defense 2 out of the zombies, yeah.
That's why zombies are the best unit in the game. They are so much fun to both have and have burn. To heal.
It's amazing how much better scarecrows are than zombies, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just
What's
that
the
would have
point?
been stealthy and defense 3.
Yeah.
I'm
I
kind
mean, the
of
undead need it, so we should probably
Yeah.
bring some of those keywords over. He's fine, right? What
They are
is-
slow though.
Well, they're actually they're faster than infantry. Speed 4, wild charge D3.
Oh,
So yeah, there you go. Dead zombies in one go.
Oh yeah, because I keep forgetting that they don't shamble anymore.
Yeah, they don't shamble. They've got an 11-inch charge range, which is, potentially anyway. So losing the zombies there, it doesn't. The zombies out there, it's not massive, but it's a shame. It's a shame for just being able to do sneaky things like surge into the rear of a dragon.
Oh, the
Yeah,
token carrying unit. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a dragon. Did 6 damage to the flame bearers.
so 5.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, 5 to kill.
That's
Get
once.
some points.
And again.
I'm going to talk about it. There we go.
I would sidestep here, I think.
It's such a good allied package.
I also like this dragon can do. It can be an absolute pain in the ass for many, many, many different reasons. Like he's going to have to force one of these two to charge, otherwise he can pivot that way and have a read on the revenants potentially. And again, he's equally scary facing towards the center again. And he's gonna, if he gives a rear to them, which he feasibly can do because they're only flame bearers, he's still going to charge off.
Are the melee 6 flame bearers or 5?
5.
Melee 5.
But it's still 3 to 4 damage. So
This is going forward instead. So I wonder if he's going orange hunting.
no.
Oh, sidestepping. Okay, yeah, I like that.
That'll do.
This is good. And
Blocks them entirely.
Yeah, in the event that he doesn't manage to put a wound on him on the disengage, he'll be able to go into the rear of the Rev Horde.
Yeah.
It's okay. The Warlock will get him by himself.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it can't multi-charge, I don't think. I don't know if there'd be room.
Ooh.
It'll be like a pixel
Yeah.
game, if that.
Oh no, I meant the Warlock going for the Paladins with the token.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. That one firebolt.
5 firebolts.
He's in range. You can do it.
That's all you need.
No, it's actually a bottom of 5. I just congestion.
So... Well, I've got to say, Keith, you've let us down there. You thought we messed up with your dragon. We were going to have a fun turn. And all this stuff was going to happen. And sadly, you've made the right choices. Not
I'm
fair.
also just thinking back a couple turns when the Rev Horde hit the right foot guard. They rolled an 11 for nerve, right?
Yeah.
They should be
think
dead.
so.
They have brutal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they were wavered.
No, it would have got them to 16.
Yeah.
They iron resolved 1 off though, so they were at 5 plus 11.
No, yeah, it was.
You didn't.
No, they didn't iron resolve.
Oh yeah,
If
so
you-
you're right.
if you
yeah,
waver,
yeah,
you don't
you're
get
right.
it.
You're right. Yeah, so
He did 4 damage and rolled an 11.
Yeah.
This is now his issue with all this going on because these two are right behind it and he wants them somewhere else. He's got to move these first and you can't realistically get a very good placement for him now.
I'm not sure I understand why he put so much effort into defending those necromancers.
They've done bugger
Because
all.
the advantage of bringing cheap and cheerful necromancers is that if they get charged and killed, so what?
Yeah.
Well, it's more the positional loss from them getting charged and the loss of the actual necromancer. Because if they get charged by a dragon, that's who cares about the necromancer? You've got much bigger problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But in protecting them so strongly, you've blocked your hole.
Cause yourself other problems. Yep. I mean, it's going to have to give something up.
Which we're facing looking to give a ring.
Away from Samacris at the minute. I think he's seeing what he can do.
Even in the rear, nah. Pins there at least. So
That'll be a flank water, I think, on Samacris. At best, it's probably a front, actually.
right, she's in the rear at the moment. I'd kind of be tempted to keep her in the rear so you can at least use these guys to come after, maybe the dragon or whatever later on.
Oh, so I see what you mean, yeah. Rather than...
Again, they're not realistically going to be doing much else if the Revenant Horde has to get in front of them. Might come down a fighting, healing bastard like Samacris. I ever mentioned how much I hate Samacris?
She's one of those units where if you can't do at least 5 or 6 points of damage a turn, just don't bother.
Yeah, it's gone after that.
And resolve Radiance of Life and regen. And she's fearless. So you can't even go for the cheeky roll of
Fearless 15, is it?
Fearless 15, yeah. She also recovers 2 damage a turn.
Just a wreck.
And then regens.
How many points is she again?
Not enough.
Yeah, close on.
165, I think, something like that. She's the same as the Phoenix.
Imagine paying for an infantry regiment like this infantry regiment. It has no attacks. However, it is -15 with Iron Resolve and Radiant Life. You're like, oh yeah, sign me up for that. So now this one also flies and inspires, and it heals and it fights.
Fireball.
Sorry, how many points again?
165. Yeah.
You could add another 100 on that, and you'd probably still see it.
I genuinely in playtesting when she was originally at 150, I messaged the RC and said, "Oh, I think there's a typo here, by the way. I think you meant to put 250 with no exaggeration, no joke." I said, "No, that's right."
Yeah, we had the conversation going. 150. That doesn't seem right. I mean, the Green Lady's 180 points, and she's worse in literally everything. All right, fine.
I never even thought about comparing her to the Green Lady. That kind of hurts.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, Green Lady's 150 now. She's in a really nice place. I like her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still not good.
After the changes, yeah. But still, for 15 points.
Yeah,
What,
15
180,
points you
what,
get.
185 was
attack. Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a hangover from last edition where she was worth her points, but really good. And even then, actually, once the scoring mechanism changed around to unit strength, you didn't see her that much anymore because, well, all she did was see.
Yeah, she lost a lot of value. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, she was a defense 6 roadblock, which was hilarious.
It was thematic. She was self-recycling. Defense 6 for regen 5 up. It's a reusable roadblock. Yay!
This poor position is just...
It's just horrible, isn't
it? He's looking into it, and I understand why he's looking, but he's just...
Yeah. I think, while he figures out how to get out of this world's weirdest parking problem, I'm going to get another beer.
I mean, this is one of the times where
have a long one.
All right, I'll be right
please.
back. Yeah, this is one of those occasions where shambling is called to me because he can't, go to the door to get his horde out. He can't. Yeah, he's just really stuck. I mean, the things he can do, he can do a full 180 with the regiment and surge into Samothrace. But that horde is stuck. There's no way around it. Best it can do now is just...
He can move the necromancers and then they get a pivot, but...
Yeah, I don't know what this... No! I mean, how far is that? 11? No? You've got to be moving forward. You have to be moving forward.
I'm not sure why he's not moving the necromancers. I'm guessing, actually, there's not enough room to pivot and clear in any kind of meaningful way.
That's a really good point. I mean, they don't matter, though. They're not fucking doing it. Just march them through and don't do anything for a turn.
Can't march.
They're not getting in drain line. No, I mean for the necros.
Oh yeah, the necros should just be anywhere. They should be just scattered.
They're not going to be in drain life range. There's nothing to heal. That's really all about.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It seems strange that the necros are still being protected. For what gain? Yeah. I think that's the best he can do there, is 180 and then surge and then just sidestep the horde. I don't think there's any way of getting out.
I disagree, but okay.
I don't think he can make the angle to pivot and go forward.
Yeah, he's got himself a flank at least, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it takes the big healer out of the way, at least.
Yeah.
Wait, where are we going now? Oh.
Yeah, I don't dislike it. Samothrace is never going to kill them in the rear. And then you've got zombie trolls if it tries. At least it keeps the regiment in the game.
And if they do kill it, then it blows up at least, and you might do 3 damage. Crap. I'm not here.
So you've got 3 war engines that are going to take shots at that damage regiment. Assuming they kill it, which they probably do, you've then still got another regiment that can come pick the token up. So in which case you turn 6, you need to do it again. But you did go second, so there's a chance. Saying that dragon can fly cart at this turn because no one's charging it at the minute. So all that dragon's got to do is fly and put its height 6 chunk in the way, hasn't it? And just shut down all of that turn 6 shooting, shut down all the chances at a win.
Yeah.
So, possibly for the last time. Well, there you go.
Now on the reroll.
Didn't need it, I think.
Oh, piss 2, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And another hit.
2 more damage.
There we go. Here he comes. Here he comes. Angry Warlock.
Not that angry.
No. Not angry enough. One more.
Yeah.
Well, it's still, that's a lot.
12 damage is a lot of damage. Once.
Where's the reroll? There's no reroll.
The suspense.
Get on with it.
2 people have come and left in this time.
I'm confused.
I don't know what's going on.
Is that something else? Was that something else shooting or no? In fact, he shouldn't be doing those anyway. He's got more shooting to go.
Yeah.
Nah, I saw it, but I didn't say anything. The first one, he rolled 2 3s, and it was actually 6 rather than 4. Hit him from. Oh. Come on there. There you go.
So 2 out. Okay.
Now surging them forward.
Oh, you just bought that regiment again.
There we go. 5. That's not enough.
I guess the horde is more relevant, yeah.
8, 6, 14, 7.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
They're coming.
They are coming. They're finally in the game.
They're coming.
Eventually. Yep.
Yep.
If only they were in cover.
Yeah.
Although, how many 6s was it?
None, I think. Not even 1.
Yeah, none. Yeah, they were all. No, they were all.
There was 1 6.
Yeah. 1 from the first round, I think. And then 1 from the. Yeah, they got 2 hits rather than.
He hit 3. He hit 3 times, but only one of them was a 6, I think.
Yeah.
But then the Warlock would have missed completely as well, so that's 1 damage from the Warlock. Could have been 3 or so damage off from the catapults. Down to 12, down to 8, so he would have survived on the 16.
So I think it'll all depend now whether Keith realises he can block the line of sight of those war engines with Dragon number 2. I mean, the 2 dragons between them at that angle, he should be able to block that regiment entirely. But saying that, he's also going to have to use a dragon to stop the horde getting to the token. So there is a chance here. It's not a good chance, but it's a chance. On a 7,
still a chance for a 3. There's a chance for a 3-0.
It's a play, but it's possible.
I mean, there's a chance it's currently a draw. Obviously, I know there's another term, but Lewis's best player here is a draw at the minute. It's to well, actually no, because if he shoots off the Paladin regiment, he wins.
I don't think he'll be able to shoot off the Paladin regiment
No.
because he's too far away.
Yeah.
Oh, is that range?
Yeah.
He's out of range already.
I
But
think the token
If he goes out of the token,
the token is in range.
that's what I mean.
But
So if he goes to the token, is in range.
the Revenants have to be out of the way. Because the Revenants it will be blocking, and the Revenants
But you
can't
do,
block
don't you?
to win. Yeah.
I mean, if you need to move the catapults on turn 6 so that you can shoot on turn 7, then I guess
Yeah, do it.
you move the catapults.
Yeah, absolutely.
As
So,
long as you
yeah.
remember, to, of course.
Top of 6 then. Here we go.
So that's his win condition. That's the only way he can win here now, isn't it? I think really is if Keith goes for it and grabs the second token, you shoot that unit with everything you've got, and then you pray there's no 7. Honestly, I think the better answer for Keith here is to use the dragon to grab the token rather than the regiment, so that you can't lose. You can only be above the draw.
Or the dragon could charge Zwinok, and then that takes out the surge, because as soon as the horde moves a little bit, never mind.
I don't like that.
The horde was in range, and you want to be able to get out.
I don't like that at all.
Well, to be fair, actually, you could have gone into Zunok. Samarkis could have moved.
Samakris can go into Zwinok.
Yeah. I think dragon into Zunok might have worked, because then the Samarkis moves forward, blocks the Revenant horde, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't like the Paladin getting that token there, because that you've now made so that if they die you lose, rather than if they die you draw. I would have used the dragon to back up and grab it, because then if you lose either one of those units, you only draw, you don't lose. That's a big swing of points to.
I don't see how the Paladins die though.
yeah,
There's 3 war engines that are now in range.
They're not, but they haven't got sight though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you make sight.
Yeah,
They're out of range of the back one.
I think he's doing range at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe they are up. No, 3 should be fine.
They're in range of the left 2,
Mm-hmm.
and there is line of sight for both of them.
Yeah.
So I think throwing some Macros into the flank of the Warlock and staying on the Flame Bears just to mitigate that shooting and praying that 2 doesn't take you off.
Yeah.
Was the best call here, in my opinion.
I mean, I wouldn't have charged the flame bearers into the. If you can use that second dragon to block your line of sights, that would have been better in my opinion, rather than charging the flame bearers, because he could have just gone 20 and stood right in front of those war engines, and just laughed.
Because he doesn't actually need to charge into the flame bearers because they're out of range.
Yeah.
Hey, oh my god! Oh no! 2x. Wait. What does make when?
Yeah. I think realistically, even a spike from the Flame Bears and the Warlock, it's not doing enough to cover the foot regiment, whereas those 3 war engines very much can spike and one-shot it.
So he's now bringing Samakris in to act as another line of sight blocker. He's just going to throw every piece under the bus. Just, I mean, positive scoring system. There's nothing to lose.
I think he had a very safe way of making sure he didn't get shot. I just feel like he's wasted a couple of units doing it.
Yeah. Well, it gets the result. Just that Samakris is now in the rear from that horde.
Yeah.
But again, it's positive only, but it's another piece that if there is a 7, you no longer have. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
it
in the
matters that much,
7,
does
the
it? I don't
dragon,
think
the dragon will be
Dragon.
enough.
just blocks you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shooting. Not massive here, is it? Can't even go for the cheeky waiver. Can I do it in one? Can I do it in one? Probably not.
Dragons.
Into 11. Twice.
Waiver.
Close.
And they lost Fury, didn't they?
Yes.
Did they?
for some-
Ooh,
They lost them, yeah.
I may have cheated recently in that case.
I think the
yes,
reason why that happened,
they have lost Fury, yeah.
yeah, the reason why that happened is because Ellie got really annoyed that they were 14-16 with Fury, so he went forward from the past when they weren't nerfed to nerf them for this edition.
Yeah.
I'm
I wasn't on
claiming
the
that
rules
one.
committee at that point, but I
They
just,
didn't.
just
They didn't need both nerfs.
No.
didn't need that.
They didn't need the irregular nerf, but at least that got fixed, so, it's good.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
I was on it.
Give us back Fury next time.
Not sure it's worth the paper space just to give players Fury. There are other issues.
Take that 13 away and make them
Yeah.
dash 15
Right then.
would be fine.
So, what does Lewis do?
Panic.
Kill Sam and Chris, because
Well-
why not?
Kill.
Yeah. Kill Sam and Chris. And is that it? I think that's probably all you've got.
Kill Sam
Charge. Charge and drain
Well,
life. Sam and Chris.
You've got the angry warlock, who might be able to get a shot. I don't know if he'll be able to actually.
I wouldn't even bother going for the tokens. I just wouldn't. You're not going to get anything with them. I would withdraw the flame bearers and use your 3 war engines and your warlock to shoot. What's he doing?
Why?
He wants the
Just
unhindered
charge.
He wants an unhindered flank rather than a hindered rear.
Fair
Oh,
enough, I suppose.
Yeah, it's
Mathematically, it's not the right choice, but what is
I
it?
think
It's
you
4
fire-
more hits rather than 25 more dice.
throw all your shooting at the dragon, hope for a spike, and then hope for a turn 7 where you can throw all your shooting at the paladins and hope again for another spike.
Yeah.
But they'll be out of range actually, will they? War engines at that point, so hey.
Yeah.
That's why he moves them this turn.
But
They haven't got anything good to shoot at. I mean, maybe they could take out the dragon.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, you shoot a dragon for points, I think, at this
in either
stage.
case, the paladins moving 5 inch away means that these guys, the Balefire, are still going to be out of range because they're gaining 6 inches.
The paladins can't move 5 inches away because they're facing the wrong way.
Yeah, they'll turn a 90 up here because they're only just in. They'll lose another
Oh, yeah.
inch. And 6 inches
Yeah.
essentially means that they're out of range because they're only just in.
Yeah. Those 3 necromancers, of which cost, is the reason he's got so few units. I've just done nothing after all game.
They healed once, I think.
They healed Zunok back.
Oh, they've healed twice then because they healed the one of the revenants as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's built a list for a grind, and
Oh
then
yeah, absolutely.
Keith has not brought a grind list. Is the issue.
No. I mean, Keith played this wonderfully. He just refused to engage in the grind.
Mhm.
I thought, he's looked at it. He realised that he's not going to win those fights, and has just danced. Danced exactly where he needs to, and probably
That
thrown away.
necromancer should have. That necromancer needs to move its full 10
Yeah.
for a turn 7 surge. If you get the dragon and Samacris this turn, then
Yeah.
then turn 7 becomes very interesting.
Yeah. If you did it like a very, very safe like dance about it, and he left his troubles behind, it wouldn't matter if his friends didn't dance, because there would be no friends with it.
Oh dear.
Sorry. I'm not sorry.
But yeah, I do agree. I just throw all the necromancers forward. Why not? What are you trying to protect?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they die.
No, it really doesn't. And actually, if that giant is, yeah, there we go. If that giant's wasting its dragon's wasting its time charging a necromancer, brilliant. You can zombie troll it.
Mm.
No, do the thing.
No, that's the correct move.
Just go hit him. Come on, kill her.
If you're ever going to get a Samacris, it's when you can Bane Chant and have 75 attacks.
The moral victory is killing Samacris.
It really is.
With elite.
Yeah, 75 elite attacks.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that it's 5. Should get 25 hits.
5 and 4. Yeah, I'll do it.
Well, yeah, there's Bane Chant as well. It's 5s and 3s.
Already, yeah.
There we go.
That's why he hasn't matched the other necromancer.
Oh yeah, second Bane Chant, yeah.
Would I give up the Bane Chant for the chance?
No.
Well, no, he'll be okay. He'll still be in range for to surge if he surges first.
Would you also send the Warlock into the flank? Just to
No, he's already. No, he's getting a shot at the tokens, which I think is. He's just got line of sight, so.
Yeah, I guess
if he waver them.
Stop undoing.
I think he's vastly overthinking this.
I think you're right. There's not a lot to this, is it? I mean, he's looking here, isn't he, for the surge, not hindered, but.
Just throw all your characters as far forward as they'll go. Take your charge, shoot everything at the dragon, hope for turn 7 is pretty much what you can
Is
do.
he also thinking as well where his position will be? Because this will slide him up the board a bit more, won't it?
Yeah.
No, okay. Wait, no. That's an area. Are you just surging when you could charge? Do you want to shoot her first? Is that what you're doing? I don't understand.
Just gonna murder her. Come on, do it.
Because you'll roll all your misses with your surge.
Well, 35 elite as well. He's getting a good 11 or 12 rerolls. That's another 4 hits on top of his usual 25. I think go up to 38 is probably by half. I mean, yeah, you could take a downswing and only get 10 hits.
But it's the exact same odds hindered, isn't it? 50 attacks on 4s is 25 hits.
Yeah.
75 attacks on 5s is 50 hits. You know, it's 25 hits, yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yep. And then you're in a slightly better position, I think, if you go in the rear.
Yeah, I agree.
A little bit off left descent is useful for trying to get around the dragon or making the dragon commit to something else.
2 regens on the flame bearers. Why not?
Woo! Flame bearers! Flame bearers! I love flame bearers.
I like heart piercers. They're just better flame bearers.
Yeah, well, flame bearers had their old nerve and fury back. There might be a conversation.
Get that out of here.
Yeah, but heart piercers don't get to bring warlocks with them.
It's true. Just leave that Revenant Horde there, it's doing nothing.
Tick tock. Leave them there, they'll do nothing.
They're trying.
If only they were whites.
But
If only they were white. Can you imagine if they were white?
Instead of heal. Imagine
Yep.
those
Yep.
people that can heal.
Can you imagine if those two Necros hadn't bought Drain Life, those zombie trolls could be white? And can you imagine how different a game it would have been if they'd have been flying over those walls and flanking dragons and...
Yes, because they'd have been in that position 3 turns ago with 14 inch chatting the hell alike.
over everything and just destroying stuff and chasing tokens down and winning the game because they're white, not zombie trolls.
The fireball? Is he in?
It's a firebolt.
Firebolt.
No damage.
You know he's doing Zunok's fireball?
Yeah, fireball.
Oh, Farrell's fireball. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that why he didn't charge them?
Although even then,
Block line of sight?
block line of sight.
Yeah, I guess
Didn't
so.
he march? Didn't he march that necromancer?
No.
No.
5, 'cause
Wasn't
it's a
he?
wall.
Wasn't it behind the wall?
I thought
Yes.
it was just beside the wall.
I don't know.
Because that looks like more than 5 inches to me.
It does. Ah, well.
Never mind. I want my friend to win.
Does that mean no burn chant, though? I think it does, doesn't it?
It means no bane chant.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know what the draws are.
I think it was Nerd.
All 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
I think it was Eager is all. I think it's.
Oh, it was War Engines. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They've
Yeah, it's
all
the 3.
missed.
3 failures of War Engines.
Yeah.
And he tried again for the sake of it.
No, that was the nerf.
Yeah.
So the Warlock didn't appear to fire at all.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, did
He
he?
did.
miss?
He did.
Two hits, no wounds.
Ah, okay. So 1 damage, so no flying dragon. But totally fine, and 9 resolve, and yay.
Oh, look, the zombie trolls are going to get to do something
Yay!
on turn
Are they,
7.
are they in rage? They are in rage, good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, forget the elite. It doesn't matter. Super dead.
Yeah.
13 damage, and then...
It's about
Right, all you got to do now is somehow simultaneously shoot off the dragon while charging through it.
just over on the dragon. It's an individual for 1 turn.
Well, overrun Samacris, make her individual for 1 turn.
Yeah.
Charge the dragon now.
I think it's irrelevant where you go. That dragon's going to block you regardless.
And there's not going to be a turn 7 anyway.
No.
What did I say?
In fact, yeah, okay.
So, do we have any questions?
Many. I should have a pen and paper to note things down.
I mean, my questions really were around list construction.
Yeah.
I also wonder if Luis decided before the game that this was a bad matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it.
This isn't very different from what Luis plays. I've played against.
No, this is basically
before,
his
yeah.
list.
Yeah, except instead of zombie trolls and a gore blight, he brought flame bearers. Because they normally had that little.
Do you think the flame bearers were a reaction to the map?
Absolutely.
Everyone was shouting.
I've seen him use them before, though. I think.
But it is a very shooty map, so I think
Yeah.
that's.
Anyway,
I think
Be
that
back in a minute.
walking pieces is a bit of a trap that people keep walking into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think deploying the zombie trolls where they did was a.
Yeah.
They were kind of. Well, it's because they weren't just deployed with the terrain; they were deployed behind the flame bearers, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So they were kind of they were stuck from the entire game there, weren't they?
At the same point, I kind of understand his thought process of wanting to have staggered lines when facing that many flyers, but I mean, from turn 1 on, Keith decided that fuck it, he's not going behind anything. He's just gonna shift out.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh,
Hey.
So, how do you feel that went then? If you like to say.
Sorry?
How do you feel that went?
It's a good game for Keith. He just grabbed the tokens and he legged it, and I couldn't chase him because I am very slow list, and he managed to block very well my shooting lines, and it was a very good game.
Yeah, we were watching.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, we were. You almost made a lovely, exciting mistake in turn 5, Keith. And then we were absolutely gutted when you went it back. So we were.
Was it the one?
We were yelling.
I left the dragon in charge range, right?
That was the one in a flank.
Yeah, hold in the flank.
Yep, just for no reason. Yeah.
Well,
first time
reasons of entertainment, the reasons of good television.
It's gone from a crushing defeat to flank dragon, dead Samacris, but it wasn't to be, and you saw it, and you made the right play.
Yeah, I think I realized after the clock was on his side, I'm like, wait, I have 40, 50 minutes. Why am I rushing through this? And then I did things like measuring charge ranges. Turns out is a really good advantage. It happens
almost cheating, really, isn't it?
Almost, doing that. Lewis was a great opponent, though. We had a lot of fun in the game. Every time that those balefires rolled, it was just it was nerve-wracking and getting. I was going to try to push a little bit more on the right and do a thing where I hopped over the fence and then hopped back, but he got Julius so early with all that shooting. I think I underestimated it, and then my plan became, well, guess I'll just run away. And luckily the game ended in time, and I had enough alive that I could just chaff him up until the end.
Yeah, because that's one of our early, a couple of point out early on is we're using Samacris very offensively to go and jump on a token to then go up and fireball after that. And we were thinking, the Samacris did her job, which is to heal. Julius survived. I think you were super conservative in one way, but then super aggressive in other ways, and we were trying to put it together. I really liked your that's one thing that we point out immediately. Just abandon the right flank; it's not going to go well, and immediately you did that. So I was like, yeah, spot on. But then you just went super hard down the other side. Again with Samacris, and thinking, you don't need to do Samacris. That regiment's going to sit on there, and that's what it's going to do for the rest of the game. Job done. Yeah.
I think I had more time with Julius, but then I made another mistake in the game. I thought I was out of range of his flame bearers, but I clicked on the back part of the unit because he has them set up in 2. So I clicked on the back, and I was like, oh, I'm totally out of 23 inches. And then when I clicked in the front and I saw him moving up, I'm like, oh no, I'm very clearly within 18 inches. So I think that those extra wounds were the ones that put Julius up over the top.
Yeah, no, it was close. We were doing little bits of maths here and there to work out how it wouldn't have survived. So we were doing the same thing. Another one. So just one for you, Lewis, that we were going through. Those necros, are 2 little drain life ones at the back. They used to do more harm than good for you just because of where they were the entire game.
Yes, yes. There were things that were useless on my. So, for example, zombie trolls, I forgot to movement on turn 2, and then I probably moved them on the wrong direction, and they were doing nothing. Necromancers also were doing almost nothing, and yeah, those necros.
Say it, Elliot.
I blame the map.
Say it.
What if only they were whites? All the way through, we're looking good. If only they were whites.
Yes.
If only those drain life points had been invested in
whites.
Well, if you just kept the surge, and they're thinking, if they had surge right now, you'd have all the surge in the world to get that long 12-inch surge into the rear.
Yeah, probably it was better to put surge on them than drain life because maybe just 2 drain lives is not going to do much, but Surge can be tricky in key movements. And also, I regret that 1 inch backward with the Revenant Regiment, which let me completely blocked the Horde there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
He's
that was-
stuck there forever now. Yeah, that's going to take forever to get out of.
I think I over deployed on the overcommitted on the right because I thought he was going to go aggressive with Julius and Dragon to neutralize the Balefires and the shooting. But maybe I could use some of the trolls or any unit on the center.
Yeah, we were looking at zombie trolls thinking actually we kind of want them central because they're not getting out from behind the flame bearers.
Mhm.
It's a nice second line for the flyers, but as soon as they walked away, it's like, all right, then zombie trolls need to do something else, then, don't they?
Yes.
If only they were whites.
If only they were all-
They needed to do something else like fly.
No, it's a solid grind list, though. It just there wasn't a lot
Oh,
of
it-
grind to be had.
Yeah,
Yes.
it really was. And we were saying that you refuse to play the game it wants to play.
Mhm.
No,
if anyone
my-
of the rule committee is listening, just give fly to the zombie trolls.
Fair enough.
No,
My,
the
regular
rules
in
committee provided you with whites.
My regular in life opponent, Chris Murphy, who plays in Connecticut on the Northeast with me, he always brings at least 1 horde of Revenants, and I can probably count on one hand the games that I've killed them. So I just thought, I'm like, well, if I don't have to fight them, I'm just going to run away because you could spend all game with all that drain life and heal, just chipping away at them.
Yeah. No, I think it's the right move. We saw it originally. We were like going, "Oh, Lewis has got a right good one here on the right flank because those dragons aren't going to be the dragon and Juice. They're not going to be able to hold down the right, and the centre as well. It's got everything positioned there." And then we looked at it a bit more and like, actually, now that you really look at it, Keith has got the left easily. He can abandon the right and then just bum rush the centre, which is kind of what ended up happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
so well done, Keith, you spotted what it took 4 of us 20 minutes of watching the game to realise.
Yes. He made a really good use of Samacris and the flyers to block things. It was really clever moves.
Thank you.
Turn 1 was really big too.
Yeah, choice of
really
sides
big.
and turn 1, because giving him that bottom, he had to separate his army, and then not having a hill in his deployment zone, it really was able, I was able to make him make tough choices about where he wanted to move units and what he would get for line of sight. I thought about picking up the token with the dragon a couple times, but height 2 it helped me a lot. Being able to, he blocked across the board with his rev.
Sorry, Keith.
Had it been
Not-
reversed, it probably wouldn't have worked out so well.
There's a nice comment from a
Washing is overrated.
brilliant.
But yeah, very fun game with Keith. Hope to play him again.
Absolutely.
Right. Any other comments or questions or over there? No. Well, thank you very much both for letting us watch over your shoulder. That was a good game. That and it was nice to see 2 quite different lists really go up against each other. And yeah, just refusing to play his game. And we'll leave it there. So thank you very much everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.
Bye all.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.